Hey everybody. I wanted to share a behind the scenes video of the slideshow that I did in my family earlier this week. The reason why I wanted to sing about my family is that they had a lot to do with the shaping of my mind and what kind of values I hold, I guess, and the kind of person I want to be. So that's why I wanted to sing about them. The order that I did it was in physical distance over space and time. So if we look at the order of the song, starts with Bhargava, my dog who's living with me at my current place, and then my brother who lives nearby but not necessarily in my same neighborhood, my dad who passed away recently, and my sister who passed away a bit before him, and my mom who passed away a bit before that. So uh, I thought the order was important because it used to be that my mom took care of all of us, and then whenever she got sick, my sister and dad took care of her, and whenever my sister got sick, my dad took care of my sister. Well, I guess in between that, my dad and sister also went and took care of my dad's mom in Arizona for a bit. And then finally, my brother cared for my dad after caring for him and my sister towards the end. So, uh, yeah, I felt like this order captured, my thoughts, my memories, and, had a certain meaning to it as well. I didn't ask the AI to help with it because it felt like something that I needed to process myself, and I didn't want to just hand a bunch of pictures and a couple of names over to the AI and have it tokenize over some sort of a slideshow. I wanted it to be something that I worked on myself so that I could go through that process. Um, so what tools did I use? I used Visual Studio Code, which I have open here. The first thing that I did was compiled a list of thoughts and memories that I have about everybody. And once I had these, I picked out the song that I would use, and I kind of slept on everything. And in the morning, I started thinking about what kind of words would make sense to put into a song that would fit the melody that I had picked out for it. So I picked out Aphex Twin's Z Twig song to be the base of the song that I chose, and then I put in words over the melody that I thought would fit, and I sang that first, and I tried to put that to the music just to see what it would sound like, and it sounded kind of flat. So I went back and I put the additional layer in with the words that are in the parentheses there. So it was kind of a process of experimentation with the tool. And the tool that I was using here was GarageBand. So I hadn't used it necessarily for this purpose before. So I thought it was kind of interesting. Um, One thing that I learned, let's see, what did I learn in here that I could share? It's possible to add new voice tracks. Well, I guess first of all, whenever you open up a new one, it's going to show a very busy interface that makes it hard to figure out what to do. So if you close all that out, let's say that we did a new empty project and we did a micro line, and that way we get our recording. We could close out this other stuff to start with, and then we could just start recording whatever we wanted. So we could be like, my dog is cool, he is cute as heck. And then we could go back and listen to that. And that sounded pretty soft, so I could turn up the decimal level on it. And I think if I showed this again, I would be able to to adjust the record level. So it's good to hide this. If you don't have a soft voice like me, it might be good to share this so that you can set the automatic level control. You can set the record level higher. You can set the noise gate. So, like me, whenever I say my S's or THs, sometimes they come off really like loudly. So if I do this again, my dog is cool, he is cute as heck. Alright, let's see what that sounds like now. Well, anyway, I had to do it a lot of times and try to get my voice and my diaphragm into it to get everything to work. But let me switch back over to the one that I was doing recently. I'll go to open, and this was GarageBand. I think the one called Reverb Background was the latest. So you can see this was created a couple of days ago. Alright, let's not save that new one. Alright, so first I think we can play 10 seconds with the background track here. My dog is cool. He is cute as heck. He's a cutie. He eats cat poop on walks. Alright, I think that's as much as I can play with the background song. But if I turn off the background song by clicking this mute button, I can go back. My dog is cool. He is cute as heck. He's a cutie. He eats cat poop. So you can see that I could adjust the main all the way up and the background a little bit less than that just to try to get the gains correct for the song. And then I recorded each one on its own. Let me hide these things again. Like, I kind of went back to the very beginning. Like, I took the My Dog verse and I sung it over the first part of Z-Twig and I dragged it to the top. And then on a new track, I did the My Brother verse over the first part of Z-Twig again because it's very repetitive over the whole way. And that way I could, give my diaphragm a break in between. So let's see, that's what I did here. And then I shared it, song to music. And I chose to do it uncompressed because I knew I was going to be adding it to a iMovie reel or slideshow, and that way I could be sure that I didn't get any kind of artifacts in the compression. So after that, I went to iMovie, and since this wasn't the same as my first project, I started a second project in here. And you can switch between projects by clicking this projects back button at the top. So I dragged my, let's see, my slideshow with reverb AIF file into the iMovie. And then I also dragged all my pictures over, kind of like what I did the first editing video, I think. So once I put down the track, I was able to add each one of the photos that I thought was important. Or not important, but I thought kind of told the story that I was trying to tell in the song. And one thing of note is that I still got the Ken Burns effect that I wanted here. So if I click into this song one, if I go to the crop option up here, I get Ken Burns there, and I can set a starting frame and an ending frame. So I can say something like that. And if I wanted to test it, I just have to click play. Oh, well, let me go back. Okay. So you can see how I could set each one of the effects to go into the song, and I could light it up where I wanted it to go in the song as well. And once I was done with that, I was able to share it out to a file, kind of like I did previously, and then compress it again, and then share it up to the video. So that's the behind the scenes of putting together the slideshow. Hopefully it didn't take as much time as the previous editing one did. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you saw something interesting or learned something new in here. I hope you have a good evening. Goodbye.